This might be the deepest thing that you hear all day. Regardless if you're someone who identifies as neurodivergent, neurotypical, or somewhere in between, we're all doing this and it's keeping us from manifesting whatever it is that we're trying to manifest. Abundance, love, dream home, dream car, the lottery. We're going to circle back to that later. The comment behind me is actually from one of my private groups. Their identity has been kept a secret, but for the premise of education, I think that this should be brought public. Basically, the video that she's replying to is the one that I posted yesterday on TikTok pertaining to masking. I'll get into masking in a little bit and how to reframe masking and to surrender to it in order to manifest your desires. And this article behind me is actually from the National Autistic Society. The cliff notes are basically is you're exhibiting a behavior to try to mask what you're feeling in order to be more accepted in society and to appear not who you are authentically. The thing that I want to bring to your attention is that this is not really new information. While understanding neurodivergency and accepting neurodivergency as like a whole group of people, this actually stems so much deeper than those of us who identify as a neurodivergent person. And if you don't know what that is, it's autistic, ADHD, OCD, the list goes on, you can Google it. The gentleman you see behind me, his name is Carl Jung. For those of you who don't know who Carl Jung is, he was a psychotherapist and psychiatrist, and one of his biggest claims to fame was actually the concept of the shadow self. Stay with me, it's getting juicy. The shadow self is like an area inside your subconscious where you go and you repress a lot of the things that are inherently bad behaviors, bad tendencies, things that we want to keep away and we don't want society to know about so that we can fit in and be members of the tribe, the clan. Why a lot of neurodivergent people mask to begin with. But you don't have to be neurodivergent to mask. You're just trying to suppress all these parts of yourself because society looks at them as weird or, indecent or what have you. Now, again, this is like 75 years ago, 80 years ago, this guy was talking about the shadow self, if not longer. So the concept of neurodivergency and us starting to accept it as a principle of society, people were doing it long before, and neurotypical people do this as well. Now, because we bottle up and mask all of these tendencies, and when I'm saying mask, I'm speaking to everybody here, not just one subsection of our society, they become a part of our limiting belief system. Our limiting belief system prevents our souls from living out our soul's mission on earth because we are trying to conform to society. I told you we'd circle back to the lottery. Now, this is one of the biggest things that I feel like a lot of people want to manifest is this large sum of money just dumping onto their lap. While there is nothing wrong with that at all. Behind me is a case from the Huffington Post about a British man who won $10 million in the lottery, who subsequently blew all of his money on and a gold pen, and now works delivering cookies or working on the assembly. What I'm trying to say is that you may have manifested whatever it is that you want, but you cannot outrun your shadow, because regardless of whether or not you identify as masking it or it's just something that you suppress, those limiting beliefs will always come back out to bite you. So if you do wind up manifesting the lottery or the dream house or a dream career, if you don't address your authenticity and you don't honor your shadow self and you don't honor the person of you and the part of you that masks, you will be building your success and whatever it is that you're trying to build on a house of cards. Eventually it's going to come crumbling down.